Hi everyone, today I want to share a fun project using the Home Together dies as well as the Playful Alphabet dies. Now I got the idea for this project in a couple of different places actually. I have a t-shirt that has I love your neighbor on it saying, and it has a row of houses in all different skin tones. I believe it's from Ellie and Grace. Someone gave it to me and I thought it was a super cute t-shirt, and I knew I wanted to make a project with it right away, and I painted a version of it using paints, and I thought it was really cute. And then I was going to make a paper project with it because I do love to make things out of paper. And I instantly thought of the Home Together dies, but I thought they were a little large, and I happen to have some older retired dies that I thought, you know, I'll use those. And they were from, I think they were Hearts Come Home, or there's been a few different house dies over the years, and I forget which one I used. And I didn't share that project because it was using retired products, and I didn't want to share it necessarily on my blog or here on a video because it would be using products that people can't still get. And then when I was doing a I was looking for an idea using just these alphabet dies on a birthday card, and as I was looking up these alphabet dies on Pinterest, I came across a card by Brian King, and he's got all kinds of great stuff on his blog, and he made a card similar to this. It's a little different, and his says home. And it's kind of showed me, oh, you know what, these dies are not too big for the row of houses. It doesn't have as many rows of houses as I did on my other project, but it still gets the idea across, and it was really cute. And so this is kind of a copy of Brian King's idea, except I'm changing the home to love, and I added the your neighbor from my printer, and I'm using different cardstock colors. So this is a really fun die. I wanted to show it to you. It's actually part of a stamp and die bundle, and today we're just using the dies, which are really cute. In the they're in the August to December mini catalog, and there's a really fun stamp set that goes with it called Coming Home, and there's even a paper collection that goes with this, and the dies cut little houses out of the paper. It's super adorable. Look for the Coming Home bundle on Pinterest. You're going to see so many adorable projects. The Stampin' Up artisan design team did a whole bunch of projects using this maybe a month or two back, and so there's just a huge variety of projects with this, and it's really a fun and cute little set, so I love it. And these alphabets I really want to show you because, you know, in the past we've had alphabet dies and they were large, and the alphabets, the dies themselves were maybe 1.5 inches or so tall, and so to get a bunch of words onto a single card was difficult. You could put maybe love on a card or joy, but you were pretty limited because those letters were so large. I use them still to this day for my scrapbooking titles and things like that, but to get an actual bunch of words on a card, these are such a great size, and they give you a couple of your more important letters. Like, see, here's an A and here's an A, so you get 2. And you know what I really appreciated out of these dies is when I was pulling them off, like see this N here I had out a little while ago, they outlined where they go, and that they don't usually do. Usually I'm trying to figure out, like on on this one, I'm like, where was this again? How do I get this back on the paper? Whereas this one, they've actually outlined the letters because there's just so many. So they show you how they go back on your piece of cardstock here, and I like that because then if you're missing one, you know, like, oh, where is my A? And then you know, or actually that's a V, and you know that you're missing a die, and you don't accidentally put it away and then lose some tiny little die. So I really appreciate that they did that. That's really awesome. And this is also part of a bundle in the this is actually from the annual catalog. I love these, and if you do a Pinterest search for these dies, Playful Alphabet dies, you're gonna love what you come up with, because you can get, even the catalog samples on this are great, and I'll put some of these, the catalog samples for sure, on my blog and Facebook page so that you can see them. You know, and I made so many things with these over the few months, and I just, you know, I send them out in the mail, and then I'll have them anymore. But you can fit, you know, big words on here, because look, I've got the word love on here, and there's plenty of space. So you could put somebody's name, you could write the entire word birthday, things like that. So the size on these dies is really great. And so I wanted to show that point out to you. And then as far as making this project, it's really quite simple. So I thought we'd make it together. I've already framed one, but I thought I'd make an extra one and I can give it to somebody. So I am going to do this size again. And then here, this one is the same. It's just smaller. All right, so what I used is a 5x7, because my frame holds 5x7, piece of Whisper White cardstock. And then I've got a piece of Pacific Point cardstock, and this one I cut at 6 1/4 by, forgetting, 6 1/4, let me double check. So I don't want to tell you the wrong thing, by 4 1/4. And that goes right there. And then I've got this piece here, and this is designer series paper. It's from the 6x6 Subtles collection, and it comes in a pack of all your different colors from the Subtles family. And so you can pick one there, and I've got my nice little background here, and I believe this is balmy blue. So you're going to go ahead and cut that 1/4 inch smaller. So this is 6 by 4, and which works out perfectly because the paper is 6 by 6. So you're only going to cut off a little bit off the bottom. So there it goes right there. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and adhere those together. Okay, and then out of that Home Together collection, I used this tree line, which is really fun, to cut a piece here for my background. And all I need to do is trim this to fit. I just used a scrap of shaded spruce. So I need to cut this at 6 inches so that it comes to the end here. So let me trim that. And that is going to go down right at the bottom here. I hope my video is not too dark. It's kind of a rainy day. All right, so that just goes at the bottom. I'm not going to stick my Pacific Point piece down to the Whisper White yet because I want to wrap a ribbon around it. Okay, so I've got my tree line. And then I cut out all the little houses. Now, I didn't go with the ones that had stars and hearts in them. I just went with the solid houses, of which there are 1, 2, 3. There should be one more. Okay, and so I'm using these 4. And I cut them out of, this one is Crumb Cake. And then I used Soft Suede, Cinnamon, and Petal Pink. So I've got these colors here, and you can go through your cardstock and see what colors that you like. And then all I did is start to arrange them on my background. Now I also cut a circle out of Daffodil Delight for a sun, and that's fun. So now I'm just layering, and I'm just going to go ahead and put my sun down, and you can arrange these houses in any way you like. I kind of thought that the balance of the tall house on one side was nice. And then this one is actually really long, and you're going to cover most of that anyway with the other houses. So you can actually cut it if it helps you. So I'm just layering the houses in a nice little pattern, like so. And then if you wanted, you could even have another color and have this tuck out from the other side, this other half of the building. Okay. Okay, so those are just going to sit while we cut out our letters. So then we're done with these. Now I also used one of the dies has a heart in it, and so I went ahead and cut that out, and so I've got the heart from there, and I saved the house because, you know, maybe I'll use it on something else. So I've got this one here, So I'm going to go ahead and cut out my letters. Now with my letters, I wanted to use something, this is a new product called foam adhesive sheets. Now we've had strips before, and then our dimensionals, you know, are cut in little honeycombs. This is kind of like a dimensional sheet. It's kind of the same idea, but instead of having these perforated honeycomb areas, it's just flat. And it's really nice that you have this big old piece here that you can use. And I'm going to just grab a scrap from my black scraps here. See if I have something that will work nicely. I think I can get all 4 letters on there. And I like to cut it to size because I might want to use the rest of this. So I'm going to go ahead and trim. There we go. And then you can go ahead and peel, take off one of the backings and stick your cardstock right on there, and then go ahead and cut out your letters. Actually, it's kind of fun to use the negative space. So you know how I'm cutting out the word love, but maybe I can use this leftover square on something. It's an idea. If you want to be that precise, you can lay your words out very neatly and use that negative space left over. But I just, right now, I want these letters, so let me cut these out. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and arrange these on here, but actually I'm going to put down my Your Neighbor first. Now this, like I said, I printed out a bunch of, I just wrote this out on a Word document and printed it out. So I've got a few of these little strips of paper that I cut up that say Your Neighbor. I think I had one in a bold font, and this one's the thin one. Let's see if I can find, well, you know, this is fine. So I'm going to make this smaller. Just trim it a little bit here. So I've made it about 3/4 of an inch wide. And then you can trim your edges in any way you like. I thought it would be cute to add this little flagged end, so I'm going to do that. And this might be, well, it might be, is it too long? Maybe I'll go one more time. So we're going to go ahead and put this right there, but first I wanted to wrap it with some kind of ribbon, or I'm going to actually use this kind of fun little ribbon. It's from a pack of ribbons actually, and this one has a different blue, so I'm introducing another blue. And you know, I think sometimes I don't like to do that, but I liked the sparkle and the shimmer of this one, so I went ahead and used it anyway, and I think with all that's going on here that is okay. So I'm going to wrap it. And just kind of give myself a little wiggle room here. Now I'm just going to go ahead and give it a knot first, but I want to tie the bow once I've got my little banner in place. There, because I don't want to make sure it goes all the way to the end. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and put down my banner. Okay. All right. And now I'm going to tie my bow. Okay, so I liked having this down first because then it's going to help me line up my word love. So now, let's go ahead and use those. Now they have the stickiness on them. Now what I liked to do with this, and I'm going to show you real quick, this is an optional, but I don't know if you can tell, but I've actually colored the foam black. And I thought that was nice because, you know, it comes in just this white, and now I didn't color it on the card. So it's not a huge deal. I don't know that you would have noticed it either way, but it's just one of those little details that I like to do. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just taking, this is a Stampin' Blends. You can also use your Stampin' Write marker or even a Sharpie because it's black. So we're not trying to color match here. I think the black Sharpie would be good also, but this is what I have on my desk in my little ink organizer. So let's grab this. And you're just going to go ahead and put that down. Now I kind of like to line this up when I do something. So this is 15 centimeters across, this little piece here. So you can use inches too. I'm just looking for a middle ground. So I'm just kind of going in. So I know that I want my O to be about above my N for neighbor. So I'm going to put my L there. And sometimes when I'm putting things down, I start with the middle letter, and I could have done that. So now we're going to blacken this, and I'll do the rest of this on fast forward so you don't have to watch me coloring foam. Okay, so I've got my love down, and then I just have that little heart to add, and here I just went ahead and cut just a tiny little bit of this off from the middle of a scrap. And you're done. Here's what I was talking about, that little piece there. That might be fun on another project. So we'll see if that shows up on something. I'll save that. I think this would be really nice on a card, but it's also cute on a little home decor piece like the framed one I did. And I think I do Sunday school, and we talk about loving our neighbor, and we talk about how our neighbor's not just the person next door, so it's not just about loving my neighbor, Mrs. Playstead, but about loving everyone. And so I kind of think this is really cute, and might be something that you can hang in your home and or send a card. Oh, I forgot the little tree. I did cut an extra tree for just for fun. I added another tree, same die set, and I'm gonna throw a couple little dimensionals on there. So I hope you liked the project, and I really hope that you will check out this Playful Alphabet dies. They are awesome, and I really like the Home Together die collection too with these houses. They're both really fun die collections, and I think you'll get a lot of use out of that alphabet on scrapbooking, home decor, and cards. And do a Pinterest search on that, because you're going to find so much with these little alphabet dies. You're going to love them. And those foam adhesive sheets are super awesome too. So take a look at all these new products, and head over to my blog, bestpapercuts.com. You'll see a frequent buyer rewards program. So when you make purchases over time, you can earn free stamp sets. And I hope that you'll come back and watch another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.